It's Week 11 in the NFL, and we're in Chi-Town. We'll see the Bears and Ravens square off for just the 7th time as Chicago looks for their 5th win of the series. All the action's headed your way on EA Sports.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft, Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Man open is Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That will be a first down pickup of 8. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards, the pickup there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his 4th season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Yeah, not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On 3rd down, Jackson. Being chased out, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And they'll begin by running the option. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Jackson now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Murray. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Now a give. This is Murray. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Jackson. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. To throw is Fields. Dancing to his left. And Fields going to have the 1st down before sliding to a hole to avoid the contact. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Steps away to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a first down throw, Fields. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end, as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it's caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun, here's Fields. And he takes this one down for the Bears touchdown. Justin Fields in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the point after try for Santos. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. On the return is Duvernay. And it's a pretty good return here, as he'll get this up to the 29. And the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Jarvis Landry, 100 yards receiving on the nose and a touchdown catch as well. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Traquan Smith, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Adam Thielen, a touchdown reception. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and the rushing numbers should tell the story of why they trail at the half. They're still in single digits in yardage as a team through 2 quarters of play. That's not good. Meanwhile, for the Bears, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, Murray. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Fields. Now he's flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On third down, Montgomery. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Play action. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Play action. It's Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this is incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw is Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that would be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Chicago offense set to get started. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Fields going to keep it once more. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And off comes to Montgomery. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Time to ground it out now with Murray. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Another run for Murray on 2nd down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Throwing now is Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bears take over. So now Fields and the Bears down 17-14. Just over a minute 40 to play. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll look to throw. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. And that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Meanwhile, Fields' throw caught by Bird here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He's back to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Fields on target to Mooney. 1st down, Chicago. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. Flush to his... And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit.